I was actually in the hospital, on the hospital ward, post surgery, waiting for my results. My father actually came in the room. I can't forget it. And he gave me the biggest, I saw the biggest smile on his face, the biggest fist bump. Calabar, me you, Calabar. And I was on the bed. I was in cast at the time, surgical cast and stuff. And my arm was come out of the bed. The way I was excited to know that my school of choice I had gotten. And of course, back in the day, it was common entrance where your name appears in the newspaper. And I like, oh no, geez, that people and pet children who get their result on a slip of paper in the privacy and the confines of their homes and stuff. No, and them said, yeah, they said, yeah, no, the world would see that you are going to this school or that school, or you never got no school at all. It was horrible back in the day.
Yeah.
But yes, I was literally in the bed learning that, and so few months after, because I had just done the surgery, I literally had to use the wheelchair, because prior to this, I was using crutches to go. When I was in primary school, I was using crutches. Going to high school now, just starting first form at Calabar, my parents got a wheelchair for me because they thought, it would be a lot easier. Bless them heart for that. And of course, I had to use that. Now, let me backtrack a little. I'm coming from a school called Hope Valley Experimental School. It's a school that integrates people with disabilities and normal people, so to speak. So I was in an environment where I did not feel othered. I didn't feel like a minority because I saw people who had a disability like me, and I saw other persons who could walk normally. I'm going to Calabar now, where I am the only person. I am the othered, and so that was something that I weighed heavily on my mind. Okay, am I going to feel different? And let me tell you, when I went to Calabar, most awesome experience. Not one day out of the 7 years I spent at Calabar did I feel any different from my other colleagues in my classes. In fact, you know, Calabar was so awesome. I would literally come out of my wheelchair because I never liked it. I only use it to go about my business. But once I get into my classroom, I would literally come out of my chair and I couldn't find it. Couldn't find my wheelchair. You know why? All of my friends took my wheelchair and run taxi with it.
I would do that.
They run taxi on the first farm block, the second farm block. Yeah, pick up one already, two and drive. And then I would be scolded. When I get home, I'm scolded by my father. Your bedroom, your foot that, or you have your friend them, I deal with a wheelchair like that. And so, but that's how normal it was for me at Calabar. Like, me literally, with my chair, and the body said my chair, and my chair would have been, collecting a couple dollars already. Yeah, man, zoom pass, yeah. Oh, there it goes. Okay, yeah, we are still. I will continue with life because the wheelchair was just functional. It was just to get me from class 8. It was never. I was reading something just this morning about somebody who said, who a disabled person from in the States who felt offended that somebody had used their wheelchair, the handle of their wheelchair as a carrier for or a holder for some grocery bags. The person was in the bus and the person literally just used the person's chair to hold to hang the bag on, and the person was really offended. I was like, well, if I were to be offended at Calabar about those things, I would live a miserable life at Calabar, because the boys, my friends, who just had me all over the place, had the wheelchair all over the place. And I did not feel, I suppose the only time I felt odd and just didn't fit in at Calabar was probably at PE time. PE, there's much that a wheelchair dude could do at PE. You know what I mean? Yes, I didn't have a team that I could play football with. But outside of that, I had a pretty normal childhood growing up. For me, my biggest challenge was at UWI, to be honest.